My dear child, listen closely for a moment. Tonight carries a feeling of urgency, as if something deep in your spirit has been trying to reach you for a very long time. It may feel like the memory of your mother is near, like her love is still surrounding you even now. For many people, grief does not end with goodbye. Love stays. It lingers in quiet rooms, in late-night thoughts, in the moments when your heart is searching for comfort, direction, and peace. Some people would describe this moment as spiritual. Others would call it a deep stirring of the heart. However you understand it, the message is simple. Slow down, breathe, and receive what may be meant for you in this season. Let your heart stay open all the way through, because what follows is not about fear. It is about reflection, healing, discernment, and hope. Picture your mother's love as something that never truly left. While she was here, there may have been things she wanted to say but could not fully express. There may have been truths she carried quietly, prayers she whispered alone, worries she held in silence because she wanted to protect you. Now, through memory, faith, and reflection, those unspoken words seem to rise to the surface. And what they say is this: you are not forgotten. You are not unseen. Your pain has not gone unnoticed. There have been nights when you questioned your worth, days when you carried more than anyone around you realized, moments when you smiled on the outside while something inside you was struggling to stay steady. If that has been your experience, this message speaks directly to that place in you. It reminds you that your life still has meaning, that your story is still moving, and that the chapters ahead are not finished yet. A mother's love often continues in the hearts of those she leaves behind. Many people feel that kind of love as strength in difficult times, as comfort in moments of fear, and as a quiet push to keep going when giving up seems easier. If you have ever felt sudden peace in the middle of chaos, or unexpected courage when you thought you had none left, you may recognize what this means. Love can keep shaping us long after loss. This message also invites you to look carefully at the path you are walking. Not everything around you is as clear as it seems. Some relationships may have left you drained, confused, or uncertain of yourself. Some people may have smiled in front of you while quietly doubting you, minimizing you, or working against your peace. That does not mean you should live in fear of everyone around you. It means you should pay attention, trust what repeated patterns are showing you, and stop dismissing what your heart has been trying to tell you. Discernment matters right now. Not every voice deserves access to your mind. Not every opinion deserves authority over your future. Not every open door is right for you. There are times in life when clarity comes by seeing what no longer fits, who no longer aligns, and where you have been tolerating what you were never meant to carry. Sometimes protection does not look like immediate comfort. Sometimes it looks like separation, closed doors, delayed plans, and uncomfortable truth. If you have been in a difficult season, that does not automatically mean you are lost. It may mean you are being refined. Many people come through hardship believing they wasted years, only to realize later those years built strength, wisdom, patience, and spiritual maturity they would not have gained any other way. The tears, the disappointments, the setbacks, the betrayals, none of those things define your identity. But they may have shaped your resilience in ways you do not yet fully see. Your mother's love, remembered through faith, would want you to know that your struggle has not erased your value. You do not need to measure yourself by your lowest moments. You do not need to let old mistakes narrate your future. You are not the same person you were when those painful chapters began. You have survived things that once seemed impossible. You have endured more than many people know, and despite all of that, you are still here. There may also be something important ahead of you, an answer, a change, an opening, an opportunity, a turning point. It may not arrive in the dramatic way you expect. Often, the biggest shifts begin quietly. A new connection, a new level of peace, a decision to walk away from what keeps harming you, a chance you almost missed because it did not look impressive at first. Real breakthroughs do not always announce themselves with noise. Sometimes they begin with inner alignment. That is why this message urges you not to make decisions from panic, bitterness, or desperation. If you have been hurt, do not let hurt become your guide. If you have been delayed, do not let frustration convince you that nothing is moving. If you have been rejected, do not assume rejection is the final word over your life. Sometimes what leaves creates space. Sometimes what ends prevents deeper harm. Sometimes what disappoints you today protects you from greater pain tomorrow. You may also need to release some things from the past. That includes resentment, constant self-condemnation, and the exhausting urge to prove your worth to people who have already chosen not to see it. Forgiveness does not always mean trust is restored. It does not excuse what happened. It means you stop allowing yesterday's injury to control tomorrow's direction. Healing asks for honesty, but it also asks for release. If your faith matters to you, then this may be the season to trust that God is still working beyond what you can currently measure. Many believers say that the quiet seasons are not empty. They are hidden seasons of preparation. What feels like silence may be alignment. What feels like waiting may be the building of foundations you will depend on later. What feels like loss may be the pruning that makes healthier growth possible. There is also encouragement here for your practical life. If finances have felt unstable, if opportunities have been inconsistent, if you have faced a cycle of hope, followed by disappointment, do not let that cycle define what comes next. Be cautious of anything flashy, rushed, or manipulative. Not every shortcut leads somewhere good, but stay open to steady provision, wise counsel, and opportunities that bring peace instead of pressure. The right path usually carries clarity, not confusion. And if relationships have been painful, hear this clearly. Loneliness is not always proof that you are abandoned. Sometimes it is a protected season. Sometimes being set apart is what prevents deeper damage. Sometimes the wrong company is far more dangerous than solitude. The right people, those who honor your peace, respect your growth, and genuinely care for your well-being, will not require you to shrink in order to belong. As you move forward, stay sensitive to what keeps repeating. A conviction you cannot shake. A lesson showing up in different forms. A dream, a memory, a warning. A sense that it is time to stop ignoring what has become obvious. You do not need to become superstitious. You do not need to force meaning into everything. But you also do not need to dismiss every inner nudge as meaningless. Reflection, prayer, and honest attention can reveal a great deal. This message also speaks to legacy. The choices you make now may affect more than just this present moment. The healing you pursue, the boundaries you learn, the patterns you break, and the courage you practice can influence the people who come after you. Many families carry cycles of fear, silence, shame, instability, or emotional pain. Someone has to decide that the pattern stops here. Someone has to choose a healthier way forward. Perhaps that person is you. If so, do not underestimate the significance of your obedience, your healing, and your consistency. It may not look dramatic at first, but quiet faithfulness changes stories over time. Every wise decision matters. Every harmful pattern you refuse to repeat matters. Every moment you choose honesty over denial, growth over avoidance, and peace over chaos matters. Transformation often begins in ways the outside world cannot immediately see. And yes, there may be exposure ahead. Hidden motives may become visible. False support may reveal itself. Conversations you were never part of may eventually come to light. If that happens, let truth do its work. Do not cling to what has already shown itself to be unsafe. Do not chase people who only valued you when you were easier to control. Let what is false fall away. What is real will remain strong enough to stand. The heart of this message is not condemnation. It is comfort paired with wisdom. It is the reminder that you are loved, but also called to wake up, called to trust more deeply, called to stop settling for confusion, half-hearted loyalty, and self-doubt. Called to remember that your life is not over, your purpose is not canceled, and your story is not limited to the pain you have already known. So take this as a moment to reset. Return to what grounds you. Pray if prayer helps you. Rest if you are exhausted. Be honest about what hurts. Be honest about what no longer belongs in your life. Be honest about the future you want and the habits that are getting in the way of it. Then keep moving. Not perfectly, but faithfully. Not fearfully, but with discernment. Not bitterly, but with growing strength. If your mother were able to speak plainly from the place your memory holds her, perhaps her words would sound something like this: I love you. I am proud of how far you have come. I know the road has been heavy. I know there were moments you almost gave up. But keep going. Do not let fear make your choices. Do not let disappointment harden your heart. Do not let betrayal convince you that all people are the same. Protect your peace. Trust God. Learn from what happened, but do not live trapped inside it. There is still goodness ahead. There is still joy that can return. There is still peace that can be built. There is still purpose in your life. There is still time for healing, for wiser relationships, for restored hope, and for new opportunities that fit who you are becoming. What is meant for you will not require you to abandon your integrity to receive it. What is healthy will not demand that you betray yourself. What is from God will carry peace, clarity, and alignment. So stand firm. Let the fear pass through without taking over. Let the lies lose their power. Let clarity come, even if it stings at first. Let grace teach you again who you are. Let truth guide you where performance, panic, and people-pleasing once did. You do not have to rush into the next chapter, but you do need to stop living as if the old one still owns you. A new season may be forming more quietly than you realize, one decision at a time, one boundary at a time, one prayer at a time, one act of courage at a time, life can shift. Not always instantly, not always dramatically, but truly. And when that change begins to show, you may look back and realize that what felt like delay was also preparation, that what felt like confusion pushed you toward discernment, and that what felt like abandonment taught you how to recognize what is genuine. Carry this with you. You are loved. You are still growing, and your future does not have to repeat your pain. Keep your heart open, your mind clear, and your steps steady. Let what is false fall away. Let what is true grow stronger. Let healing continue. Let wisdom deepen. And let hope return, not as fantasy, but as a grounded, living choice.